A heartbreaking scene in Westridge today after a man was found dead inside his home. Tonight on our news, what police say they believe happened. Plus, the Defense Force revealing a staggering figure tonight: more than 11,000 migrants intercepted in Bahamian waters in just 5 years. What officials say they're up against straight ahead. And a major alert from the country's land surveyors. They say public pathways and shorelines are being quietly absorbed into private property. We'll tell you what they're seeing on the ground. Then in our news at 7:30, a brand new specialty hospital sounds like progress, but the nurses union says it could make the crisis worse. The concerns they're raising coming up. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. A heartbreaking discovery in Westridge this afternoon as police investigate what they believe may be suicide in Western New Providence, bringing fresh concerns about mental health challenges. When our news team arrived at T. Rose Circle, officers already marking off the area as forensics moved in. Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Sharia King says they got the call just after 12:20 p.m. from a relative who reportedly found the man unresponsive. She confirmed he was home alone and found inside the residence.
When officers arrived on scene, officers discovered an adult male in his early 60s hanging from the manhole in the residence. Media colleagues, in situations like these, in matters where police have to investigate these matters, we want to remind the public, the general public, if you're going through a hard time, if you're struggling, if you're depressed, reach out to a trusted individual so that you can get help. Family members, again, I say to you to check on your relatives that are going through a hard time.
And the chief superintendent also offering the suicide crisis line for anyone that may be struggling. That line, 322-2763. A reminder that help is available. Family members reportedly told officers the victim had been experiencing some health challenges, though police could not confirm those details. King adds the home was tidy, there were no signs of injury, and nothing appeared suspicious.
The autopsy still will be done on him, and once that is done, we're still in our preliminary stages. So an autopsy will still have to be done and to determine exactly what is the official cause of death.
And following that tragic incident in Westridge, we turn now to major economic news in the West, where Baha Mar, one step closer to expanding its West Bay Street footprint. A new land deal now at the center of parliamentary debate, with questions about value, transparency, and what the move means for future development. Parliamentarians today debated a resolution to convey 2 acres of land in Western New Providence to Perfect Luck Assets Limited for $1.6 million. Prime Minister Philip Davis says the property sits adjacent to the former Melia site and is critical to Baha Mar's next phase of growth.
The practical side is that this land is an important support area for the Baha Mar campus. It is where parking, access, staff movements, and logistics can be organized in a safe, orderly way, so that expansion on the old Malaya footprint can proceed without creating chaos on West Bay Street. Without this step, the next phase of Baha Mar's growth is slower, less efficient, and less certain. With this resolution, Parliament clears the way for a major investment that is already agreed, already announced, and eagerly awaited for by workers and businesses.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says he supports the resolution, but the MP for Killarney pointed out that he believes the land is sold for far less, or is being sold for far less than it's worth.
That land should be sold for at least $3 to $4 million. These individuals are getting away with murder. $1.6 million. If you want to sell land of that value for $1.6 million, I would be willing to buy it today because I know the value. When I speak to members in the Westwood Villa area, they have said they would get together themselves and purchase that piece of property for $1.6 million. I ask government, do not give our land away.
All right, and still speaking of land, the Land Surveyors Association is saying that non-Bahamians are quietly absorbing certain pathways. We're going to get to that story in just a bit, but the Royal Bahamas Defense Force has apprehended more than 11,000 illegal migrants in Bahamian waters over the past 5 years, according to Commodore Floyd Moxey. The revelation came during the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing Thursday, just as Parliament prepares to debate the Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025. Moxey says despite popular belief, the force has been doing its part in combating human smuggling and protecting the nation's borders.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force has interdicted or assisted in the interdiction of 344 vessels that were involved in migrant or smuggling related activity. From those interdictions, 11,791 migrants were apprehended and handed over to the relevant authorities. It is critical to highlight.
All right, the Bahamas Association of Land Surveyors, as we started to tell you about just a moment ago, raising the alarm tonight, warning of growing threats to public access to beaches and parks across the country. President Roderick Wood, his comments came as the association announced its return after 5 years, now joining Bahamas Trade Union Congress as its newest member. Wood claims more private landowners, many of them non-Bahamians, are quietly absorbing public pathways and shorelines into their property.
This is a major problem throughout the whole country, where persons, in particular persons who are not Bahamians, are buying land next to public areas and somehow integrating the public area into their private land and blocking access to the roads and the beach. This is something that, first of all, the Survey Department and the Surveyor General is supposed to be concerned with daily, but for some reason it is like no one is paying attention.
And Wood warns if government agencies fail to intervene, the long-term repercussions could be severe. He says ordinary Bahamians are already losing access to beaches, particularly on the Family Islands.
Pay attention to the areas that were designated as public areas and public access. Maintain your use of these areas. So if a roadway or passageway was designated as public, walk on it or drive on it on a regular basis. The beach, use it. You want to maintain your use to public areas, and you want to prevent people from taking it and putting it into their private areas.
All right, the countdown is on to Bay for this season's Junkanoo Parades. And if buying tickets has felt like a sprint the last few years, officials say this year should finally feel different. Government and title sponsor Alive announcing today the largest public release of seats in years, more than 8,000 tickets per parade. It's a huge boost designed to stop those marquee spots from disappearing within minutes. With more than 3,000 additional seats now added to the public inventory, officials say this year's parade experience is about to be more accessible than ever. Alive, the government's ticketing partner, confirming 8,056 seats per parade go on sale Monday at 10 a.m. It's a direct response to years of frustration from fans who say prime seating vanishes almost instantly. Culture Minister is Mario Bowleg.
With our partnership with Alive, that we would ensure that enough sufficient seats are available for purchase through the general public. So we definitely going to have much more in the inventory for sale. So we want the general public to be aware. You still have to be quick to the trigger now. That don't mean you need to be slow to purchase. But there will be much more seats available this time around.
Tickets start as low as $27.50 plus VAT and top out at $250 plus VAT for a brand new Skybox experience. And this year, for the first time, those purchases can be made both in-store and through the Alive Events app. To avoid last-minute frustration, Alive Vice President of Marketing Amber Carey asking the public to get ready early.
We encourage everybody to download the app in the app or the Google Play Store this weekend. Set up your account so that you can have a seamless experience on Monday at 10 a.m.
The National Junkanoo Committee says the increase in seats is part of a much bigger moment, what they call the next chapter of Junkanoo, where technology and culture move in sync. Andrew Pinder is NJC chairman.
We are living through the next chapter of Junkanoo. It is unfolding in real time, and sponsors like Alive are helping us to shape it.
Alive's new 4-year sponsorship comes with a tech upgrade too, GPS-guided seating, color-matched QR codes, and improved global registration so tourists can join the celebration. As for that VIP Pavilion Skybox experience, Chief Alive Officer John Gomez says the company is also adding more seating near the Straw Market as part of a new fanfare area. And for anyone doubting the momentum behind the season,
Junkanoo is the best show on earth, and we are proud to play our part as the digital innovators to improve the Junkanoo experience by keeping it accessible for generations to come.
All right, and remember, tickets go on sale Monday at 10 a.m. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and happy Thursday evening, everybody. We are pretty nice on the outside. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, 77 degrees with some passing clouds, northeast winds at 10 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 76. Temperatures right now around the family of islands. We are in a cool low 70s across the extreme northern islands. Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Marsh Harbor, Abaco, all near the 70-degree mark. 74 in Alistown, Bimini. Then we pick up 75 in Great Harbor Key, also Nicholstown, Andros here in the capital, and in Governor's Harbor, 77, 76, Kemps Bay, 79, Black Point, Exuma Chain, Georgetown, Great Exuma, 77, 75s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Town, San Salvador, Port Nelson, and Deadman's Key, Long Island, and into the southeast Bahamas. Duncantown, Ragged Island, 77, 76 in Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, as well as Delectable Bay. Abrahams Bay, Meguana, 78, and a pair of ADs, Matthewtown and Naguna, good neighbors of the southeast Turks and the Caicos Islands. Satellite radars composite, we are quiet. We had 2 or 3 boundaries moving through us, courtesy of a front. The front really washing itself out. First one across the southeast Bahamas associated with surface trough that was approaching that area. Another one in the central Bahamas, but most of the clouds staying out there. And then we have this cloud mass associated with another boundary moving into the northwest Bahamas. No showers, but we are going to see some cloudy conditions across the northwest Bahamas throughout the rest of the evening. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, 9 years to the date when DeAndre Ayton and Buddy Hield first faced off in the NBA. We have another milestone here in Philadelphia for Bahamas basketball. 3 national team players in the same game.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Alive Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio, or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and Alive Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7 on the road here in Philadelphia, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Behind the camera, Freezing's John Martinet. Let's do show. VJ Edgecombe once watched from the sidelines, looking at a future star, hoping to get an invite to Buddy Hield's Elite 24 camp. He got that invite, thanks John, and the rest was history. Now, alongside Eric Gordon, the destroyer of Argentinian basketball dreams, it marks a full circle moment for Bahamian hoops. VJ Gordon and the Sixers host Buddy and the Warriors tonight at the Xfinity Center. Edgecombe has been one of the early bright spots this season for the Sixers and a leading candidate for the Rookie of the Year. He's had everything from a historic debut to an early season injury, but continues to take it all in stride, both the attention and criticism that comes with being a star. Gordon, an 18-year vet, has served in a mentorship role for Edgecombe and said he's witnessed his growth since the two were teammates in Spain at the Olympic qualifying tournament. Deshaun Knowles barely had time to hop off his flight from Puerto Rico before he was thrust into a position for some late game heroics, and of course he delivered. Trains with some good people. In extra innings, Knowles roped a single through the 3-4 hole, and Sharif Nemor made a break from second to beat out the throw at home and score the game-winning run. The Bahamas trailed by 2 runs for most of the game until the 5th, when Ferran Charlton finally broke through with an RBI double to tie it. After the 3-2 win, no game for Team Bahamas tonight, but they return to the field Friday night to take on the Dominican Republic at 7 p.m. The DR lost 21-0 to St. Martin in their opener. Head coach Michael Butler said the win sets the tone for what the public can expect from an experienced Team Bahamas. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the U.S. praises Kenya and calls for regional assistance to control violence in Haiti. Plus, Sustainability First is back tonight. We'll tell you the 2025 hurricane season and how it reignited claims of climate injustice when Our News returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any Live Fiber Infinite bundle, Trio, or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with the Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio thanking Kenya for leading the gang suppression force in Haiti and is urging more countries to step up as violence surges in the capital Port-au-Prince. Rubio's push follows a United Nations decision to expand the underfunded international security mission that has struggled to contain Haiti's armed gangs. Kenya's president says their force has been operating at just 40% of its expected strength. Spanish police say they have broken up a crime ring accused of trafficking hundreds of migrants into eastern Spain and forcing them to work in slave-like conditions on farms. 11 people were arrested and more than 300 victims identified, many of them from Nepal, who entered Europe on tourist visas. Police say they seized cash, forged documents, and phones, and say migrants were packed into tight rooms and charged abusive fees while working up to 12 hours a day, often without pay. Cuba says it has reconnected its electrical grid after a major outage left Havana and much of western Cuba in the dark this week. Officials say a main transmission line linking the capital to the country's largest power plant failed just after 5 a.m. Wednesday, but power was partially restored by midday. 4 provinces also lost electricity before being reconnected within hours. This comes as Cubans endure an energy crisis with daily blackouts that can last 24 hours. The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season ended on Sunday, but it'll probably be remembered most for Hurricane Melissa and the devastation it caused across Jamaica, Cuba, and Haiti before brushing over southern Bahamas. In this week's Sustainability First, Jasmine Brown, she takes a look at how it reignited conversations about climate injustice.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
November 30th was the end of this year's hurricane season. But what happened versus what was predicted? There were 13 named tropical storms, 5 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes during the 2025 hurricane season. Colorado State University predicted there'd be 17 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. But the real story was how much power these storms packed. Of the 5 hurricanes, Aaron, Umberto, and Melissa intensified into Category 5 storms, just one shy of the record-breaking 2005 hurricane season. And this season's major hurricanes were long-lived and intense. Take Hurricane Melissa, for example. It became one of the strongest Atlantic Basin hurricane landfalls on record when it made landfall in southwestern Jamaica on October 28th. And with monster storms like Melissa and 2019's Hurricane Dorian becoming more and more common in the region, leaders of island nations say it boils down to climate injustice because smaller countries impact the environment less but feel the brunt of climate change. And it has also caught the attention of the United Nations. While speaking at a CARICOM summit in Barbados this February, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the injustice deplorable.
A crisis you have done next to nothing to create is wrecking economies, ruining lives, and threatening your very existence. Together you have fought tooth and nail for the global commitment to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees. This year, countries must deliver new national climate action plans ahead of COP30 that align with that goal, with the G20, the big polluters, leading the way. This is a chance for the world to get a grip on emissions.
Reporting for our news and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 4th. Then in our news at 7:30.
After a fight gone viral here at the C.V. Bethel Senior High School, parents are reacting to the video and sharing their thoughts on school safety. Stay tuned to our news tonight for more details.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having Business in a Box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the Live Fiber was available.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1939, Oaksfield Airport officially opened in Nassau, serving as the main airport until 1957. In 2014, the first Bahamas Bowl kicked off at the Tommy Robinson National Stadium, with Western Kentucky edging Central Michigan 49-48. And in 2015, a Bimini drug bust uncovered $11 million in narcotics aboard a 62-foot yacht. If you want to learn more about the events that shaped the day that was December 4th, head over to ournews.bs. Well, fun, food, and a festive time is what members of St. Michael's Methodist Church say you'll have when you attend their Christmas Under the Stars event slated for tomorrow. It'll be held on the church grounds on Churchill Avenue, and while there's no entrance fee, there will be stalls where patrons can purchase food, drinks, and gifts for the holiday season. The funds all expected to help the church with its preschool program. Committee member Sonia Roll.
And this is a festive Christmas event. It's all about the lights and glitter, and we have a lot of food and treats and all the rest of it. This is actually a fundraiser for the church. And so the entrance fee is free, but we have about 12 stalls with all of the famous delicacies of the Bahamas, like conch fritters. We have some of the best bakers in the Bahamas, all the way from Eleuthera. The funds goes towards the upkeep of the church and perhaps towards our preschool.
All right, if you want to see that story again and for all of today's top stories, visit ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Natalia Hall is up now with the latest headlines. Natalia?
Ken, sounds like a great effort.
Listen, I
Are
know
you going
it
to
does.
check it out?
I wish I could say more, but we are out of time.
Yeah. Before we go, let me just get this in really quick. Don't forget to stay locked into our news all month long for your shot at that brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. Is the ultimate giveaway with Alive and Auto Mall. Just visit ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news at 7:30, the arrival of the first U.S. ambassador in nearly 15 years is drawing sharp political reaction. Also, more fallout tonight after that viral CV Bethel brawl. Some parents say the video raises serious questions about student safety. Plus, a violent night on Grand Bahama as police investigate the island's third murder of the year. Officers say the victim was rushed to hospital. And later, the nurses' union is weighing in on the ongoing strain within the public healthcare system. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Tired of weak, over-the-counter bug sprays? Step up your pest control game with professional-grade products from the Struckham Shop. From powerful insecticides to trusted gel baits and termiticides, we supply the same products used by Struckham Commercial Pest Services, now available for DIY homeowners and small pest control pros. Whether you're protecting your home or building your business, get the edge with the Struckham Shop.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
It's Christmas.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. The appointment of the first United States ambassador to the Bahamas in nearly 15 years is drawing reaction from both sides of the political divide. Former Affairs Minister Darren Handfield and current Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell offered sharply contrasting responses following the arrival of Ambassador-designate Herschel Walker on Wednesday afternoon. Our Delvardo Emmanuel reports.
Relations with the United States are good, so I have no further comment beyond that.
Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell keeping his remarks short following the arrival of U.S. Ambassador-designate Herschel Walker on Wednesday. Pressed on what he expects to see from the new ambassador, Mitchell maintained his position. But former Foreign Affairs Minister Darren Handfield struck a far more detailed tone. Handfield, who served under the Free National Movement, says the arrival of a U.S. ambassador after more than a decade is a welcome development for one of the Bahamas' most important bilateral relationships.
We want to recognize the wonderful work done by the charges that stood in their stead of all those years to keep the relationship strong, to keep the relationship committed and focus on serving our two countries for the betterment of our peoples. So, but we're delighted to have Ambassador-designate Herschel Walker in country. George Washington once referred to us as the Isle of June, and we hope he finds it to be so for him.
Now, Handfield also outlined key areas he hoped to see addressed.
Each other, we are often referred to in the Caribbean region as the third border of the United States, but we consider ourselves in the Bahamas to be distinctly so, that third border. We have cooperated over the years, and ARBAT, things to do with our security. ARBAT, we have ORTEC and South Andres, and other important strategic areas, inclusive of economic cooperation. We'd like to see America come more strongly in the Bahamas and be able to provide more opportunities for foreign direct investments.
With Walker beginning his transition into the diplomatic post, the Bahamas now steps into a new era of engagement with its closest neighbor. Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvardo Emmanuel.
Thanks, Delvardo. Well, more fallout tonight from that video to a student brawl at CV Bethel that's gone viral. Some parents are sounding off about that brawl caught on camera, showing two female students in a violent altercation at the senior high school earlier this week. We first brought you the story last night when the mother of one of the girls claims the campus is not safe. Our Joshua Williams was back at that campus today for more reaction. Again, we advise there are images you might find disturbing or are unsuitable for minors. Let's take a look.
This is the disturbing video, now viral on social media, showing two students at the CV Bethel Senior High School involved in a brutal fight. In an interview with Our News on Wednesday, the mother of one of the girls claims the school dropped the ball and did not protect her daughter. But what are other parents saying? This parent admits there's little school administrators can do.
We have to understand that the children now, that's what they feed on. They feed on the media, which is actually a high percentage of violence. So you would have conflict in school. From my perspective, is that I would draw a straight line in terms of violence. You'll be out of my school, period. That's it.
Other parents I spoke with say it's important not to jump to conclusions, not knowing exactly what happened on both sides.
That's what sometimes happens. We just go based off of the fight and doesn't know the history, which is not fair to the other person. What caused that person to retaliate the way they retaliate? That child could have been tired. The other person, the child would retaliate and could have been into a spot where the other girl was probably doing something to her that no one was helping, no one was assisting. So we have the training starts at home.
And then there are the issues of home training and conflict resolution skills.
I understand your point of view, but I understand where you're coming from. We could have a conversation. But if I'm a parent and nobody taught me that, and I don't know how to express myself without it coming to loud anger, I can't teach my kids that.
Fighting on school campuses is an ongoing challenge. Over the years, some of these brawls have even turned deadly. In response, the Ministry of Education has tried working with police to make campuses safer.
I think they are safe, right? But it's just that the bad apples need to get the bad apples to the school.
So far, no statement has been released by the Ministry of Education. However, Director Dominic McCartney Russell telling me that the matter is being investigated. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Well, a violent night in Grand Bahama. This as police investigate the island's third murder for the year. Here's what we know about the incident. Around 2 this morning, officers were called to a nightclub on East Sunrise Highway. When they arrived, bystanders told police the victim, a man, had already been rushed to the Rand Memorial Hospital in a private vehicle. Officer in charge of the Criminal Investigation Department, Superintendent Nicholas Johnson, shared this much on the matter today.
Officers later arrived at the hospital where they confirmed the information. As a result of the information, they learned that an adult male was brought in there with apparent stab wounds about the body. He was rendered emergency medical care, but sometime later he succumbed to his injuries. I can say at this point an investigation has been launched to determine how this incident happened and who would be the persons responsible for this incident.
Well, 8 years after a third grader was killed in a double murder, the 2 men accused of the crime have been acquitted after prosecutors called no witnesses to prove their case. Lloyd Minnis and Perry Pickering had been charged with the September 25, 2017 murders of 8-year-old Eugene Woodside Jr., and 25-year-old Dennis Moss. Police said Moss was allegedly fleeing from a gunman when a stray bullet ripped through Eugene's wooden home on Rosebud Street in Chippingham, striking the third grader in the chest as he reportedly did his homework in the front room. The accused appeared before Justice Dale Fitzpatrick Wednesday for the start of trial, but after the jury was selected, prosecutor Terry Archer neither made an opening statement nor called any witnesses. With no evidence presented, Justice Fitzpatrick directed the jury to acquit both men. Cassie Bethel represented Minnis, while Glendon Roll appeared for Pickering. Attorney General Ryan Pinder is seeking to set the record straight that the Smuggling of Migrants Bill 2025 is not an asylum bill. His comments coming today at the Office of the Prime Minister press briefing. Yesterday, Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain expressed concerns about the number of migrants who may now claim asylum, adding that Bahamian tax dollars will have to pay for their accommodations and other needs while investigations are carried out. But Pinder sought to clear the air, saying the bill won't give migrants any added rights. They have to carry out proper care.
If there is a pregnant woman, regardless of migrant status, it's a responsible thing to give them proper care, right? If you're injured, it's the responsible thing to get proper care. If you have a child who is without their guardians or parents, it's the responsible thing as a child, as having a minor who has no parent, to provide them the proper care under the existing law of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So it doesn't create any new law with respect to that.
The Attorney General explained, while the questions and concerns of taxpayers are valid, it's important to not spread misinformation. One of those concerns, the wording of certain sections of the bill that are causing confusion amongst taxpayers. He says amendments will be made before debate begins.
The first is that this removes any other prosecutorial rights that exist. It's clear that in the bill and in the Section 11, which is what those who are querying the subject refer to, in my opinion, it's clear that it says that all other criminal activities are subject to the criminal laws of the Bahamas. This bill provides no further rights on migrants to be able to stay in the Bahamas.
Nurses Union President Muriel Lightbourne is sounding the alarm over what she calls a looming staffing crisis as government moves ahead with plans for a $267 million specialty hospital and other new healthcare facilities. The Davis administration signed a framework agreement with the Chinese government to build a new specialty hospital on New Providence. The problem, Lightbourne argues that some of the more than $200 million earmarked for the project should go toward renovating PMH, improving working conditions, and reducing long wait times for thousands of patients each year. She also claims the country can't even fully staff its existing hospitals and clinics, warning that pouring millions into a new facility without fixing chronic shortages could worsen an already strained system.
It's going to be challenging. Like I said earlier, we're not able to staff the hospitals and the clinics we have now. How are we going to staff a new hospital? I believe we need to we need to work with what we have. I believe if we can improve and invest that kind of money into the hospital that we have, improve it, and then you won't have to worry about staffing because you would have those people there. The hospital would be in a better position, and people probably won't go because sometimes you could imagine you're not getting paid well, but you still got to go into a place where you understand? So let's make things make sense in this country, and healthcare is too important for us to be playing with.
Well, that debate began on a resolution to borrow $201 million from the China Export-Import Bank to fund construction of the new state-of-the-art hospital in Western New Providence. The 200-bed hospital will be located on New Providence Highway, the thoroughfare that runs between Sanders Beach and the Six-Legged Roundabout. Its location has raised eyebrows as it's near the northern shoreline and in a community that's prone to flooding. Despite pushback from area residents, the Davis administration is moving ahead with the project. Leading off debate was Prime Minister Philip Davis, who shared that the new facility will turn the page on healthcare.
We don't have the luxury of time to have back and forth discussions or whether we just need another room added to PMH. When people are sick and dying and need us to take decisive action, the decision has been made. The decision has been made. New Providence is getting a new hospital, and we are securing the funding for that hospital today.
Opposition leader Michael Pintard also contributing to the debate in Parliament. He called on the Davis administration to be more transparent about the loan agreement. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville told Parliament earlier that details of the deal would be revealed in a future communication. Pintard insisting that's not good enough.
Once again, the Bahamas is being asked to approve a major infrastructure loan, more than $250 million, without clear disclosure of terms, without clarity on the labor arrangement, without sustainability plan being laid in this House for staffing and operations, that the most appropriate thing to do when you come to the Bahamian people to borrow more than $250 million in the final analysis, that you would have come and first laid those documents, because that is the business case for why you are seeking to borrow more money.
All right, well, nice weather in the capital on this Friday, Junior. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg, what can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and happy Thursday evening, everybody. Nice on the outside, temperatures comfortable, 77 degrees with some passing clouds. Northeast winds at 10 miles per hour. It feels like temperature is at 76. Satellite radar composite, we are quiet across the area. A couple of boundaries moving across, generating a couple of clouds and some showers. One across the southeast Bahamas, another one moving through the central Bahamas with most of the clouds out there in the open Atlantic, and another one moving through the northwest Bahamas. Some small showers associated with the boundaries, but all in all, it should be very nice tonight, taking us into tomorrow. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
When our news comes back from the break, the Junkanoo name dispute continues. This as a question about the world-famous Valley Boys sparked a brief moment of tension during a press conference today. And later, the countdown is on. Inland Revenue says enforcement of the country's updated liquor laws begins on April 1st. And that's all coming up when our news returns.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the faint place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
A question about the world-famous Valley Boys sparked a brief moment of tension during today's press conference after reporters asked the culture minister to respond to a statement from the group. Members say they were referred to as world-famous 1958 during the number-picking exercise and insist their name has not changed. They're asking to be recognized by their full historic title. When asked about it, Culture Minister Mario Bolag made it clear he doesn't intend to get involved in any group-to-group disputes.
I'm going to say this loud and clear. We are focusing on the Junkanoo parades, and we're not interested in any fight that is going on with any individuals. We are focusing on this parade. Every group that intend to rush in the parade has received their seed funding equally as all in the A category, and we expect them to come on Bay Street to rush. I am not going to get into what these group names and what they want to name themselves. All I'm concerned about is that the Bahamian people get an excitement, excellent executed parade.
Now, no word yet on whether any formal response will be given to the group's requests, but Minister Bolag also thanked the groups for navigating change this year, saying the goal is a stronger, more unified parade. Well, enforcement of the country's new liquor licensing rules will officially begin on April 1st, 2026. That's according to the Department of Inland Revenue Controller Shonda Strawn. Back in August, the department announced amendments to the Business License Act that will overhaul how liquor businesses register, bringing an end to drive-through bars, takeaway restaurants serving liquor, and establishments selling alcohol through cages. Strawn says liquor operators now have just a few months to bring their businesses up to standard as the department prepares to fully implement the updated liquor registration legislation.
We have started by informing liquor businesses. We are on the streets letting them know what is required. And so in order for them to get a 2026 business license, liquor businesses will have to go through a registration process, which will mean that they have to get all of the requirements, ensuring that the businesses are in adequate locations, the facilities are adequate to meet the business, the purpose of the business. And so that's now going on. We expect that enforcement will not take place until the 1st of April. So we are giving businesses an opportunity to get their premises fit for purpose.
Strawn says the response has been largely positive, even in areas where liquor stores have become overcrowded. She notes a committee will review cases where businesses are operating too close to schools or in prohibited zones.
Those ones we're going to look at very closely. It will be a challenging decision, but it's one that we are still going to have to make in terms of whether we allow them to continue to operate. That decision will not only rest with the Department of Inland Revenue. There will be a board or committee appointed to review all of the requirements and to ensure that businesses have what they need or are in the correct proximity to schools.
Coming up in sports, when the Warriors and 76ers take the floor tonight, it'll be a moment of celebration and reflection, but of course, buckets still matter the most. Then, back at home at the Caribbean Baseball Cup, Deshaun Knowles brings the vibes from Puerto Rico. Dramatic walk-off win for Team Bahamas.
Danielle here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more great content, be sure to hit that notification button and follow the team you already trust.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Candino Knowles here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers.
Welcome to R Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Behind the camera freezing is John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. VJ Edgecombe once watched from the sidelines, looking at a future star, hoping to get an invite to Buddy Hield's Elite 24 camp. He got that invite, thanks John, and the rest was history. Now, alongside Eric Gordon, the destroyer of Argentinian basketball dreams, it marks a full circle moment for Bahamian hoops. VJ Gordon and the Sixers host Buddy and the Warriors tonight at the Xfinity Center. Edgecombe has been one of the early bright spots this season for the Sixers and a leading candidate for the Rookie of the Year.
It's been going well. Ups and downs, but it happens. Low scoring games, high scoring games. It's gonna happen though. So just keeping a steady head. Just staying sane this whole time. Not getting too high, not getting too low. So yeah.
He's had everything from a historic debut to an early season injury, but continues to take it all in stride. Both the attention and criticism that comes with being a star.
It's been tough, but that's it. I'm happy to be in this position. I'm blessed to be in this position, but it's gonna be tough, especially as a rookie. Not expecting it. You say everything coming so fast. So, like I said, it's tough, but overall, I'm enjoying it.
Gordon, an 18-year vet, has served in a mentorship role for Edgecombe and said he's witnessed his growth since the two were teammates in Spain at the Olympic qualifying tournament.
It's been good, we're a winning team, so with him, being like our combo guard, he's been very poised. He's been doing a lot more playmaking, not just scoring. He's been defending really well. So I think he's starting off well, and we just want to continue to see him thrive even more.
Edgecombe is averaging 14.7 points and 5.8 boards per game this season. He missed 3 games last week with the calf strain and has been on a minutes restriction since his return. The Sixers come in at 11-9, while the Warriors are 11-11, and someone's win streak gets to 2, while the other one has to start all over tonight. Deshaun Knowles barely had time to hop off his flight from Puerto Rico before he was thrust into a position for some late-game heroics, and of course he delivered. Trains with some good people. In extra innings, Knowles roped a single through the 3-4 hole, and Sharif Nemore made a break from second to beat out the throw at home and score the game-winning run. After the 3-2 win, no game for Team Bahamas tonight, but they return to the field Friday night to take on the Dominican Republic at 7 p.m. The DR lost 21-0 to St. Martin in their opener. Head coach Michael Butler said the win sets the tone for what the public can expect from an experienced Team Bahamas.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, they're a good team. They've always been consistent. We always play great games against them, but we are ready to play. We are not really concerned about what others are doing. What we know, we try to control that which we can control. As far as we're concerned, we are ready to play.
That'll do it for R Sports. This is 10YS. Having 3 Bahamian national team players in the same NBA game is insane. Almost as insane as everyone in the Philly media thinks we are for leaving that weather home to come here. It cold me. Enjoy the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, nice cool temperatures on this Friday, Junior. Greg is back with your extended weather when our news continues. Stay with us.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This is our news. Welcome back. Cloudy conditions well to the north of us associated with a boundary that's staying well to the north of us. That's going to continue to fly across the Georgia, Alabama, as well as northern Florida. We had a couple of boundaries moving through the central, southeast Bahamas, one moving into the northwest Bahamas as we speak. Not much cloudiness and shower activity associated with those boundaries, but we'll continue to track them. High pressure will build across us for the rest of the week and into the weekend. We expect another front. That's all going to be associated with this boundary to the north of us. That boundary will continue, as I said, to track across the northern portion of the Gulf of Mexico. But we do expect the low pressure system to move across Sunday and drag a front across the northwest Bahamas by Monday. Cooler temperatures expected behind that. Future forecast showing nothing happening across our area. Quiet, couple of spotty showers out there in the open Atlantic, but all in all, it's going to remain quiet Friday and into Saturday as well. Not much happening out there. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas, tonight to tomorrow. Still a risk of rip currents along the Atlantic exposures. Winds tonight will be northeast to east, but shifting east to southeast tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Slightly higher along Atlantic exposures. High tide is at 7:11 tonight. The low tide takes place at 1:07 in the morning. Central and southeast Bahamas, risk of rip currents down there as well. Northeasterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4, but higher along Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, nothing much with the two boundaries moving through us. Those boundaries will wash out, so we'll continue with the nice weather throughout the rest of the weekend into the weekend. But a front comes through on Monday, a couple of showers, but that temperatures will take a slight dip. We're looking for some low 80s during the daytime, maybe even some upper 60s at night. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight on behalf of the entire team. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.